Hey, there we go. Cool, cool, cool. Hey, one of y'all say something so we can see if the mics are working.
Something.
Something.
All right, the mics are peaking a little bit, actually. They're working too well. And hopefully this time things aren't as grainy and as fucked up. In fact,
You want things to work in our D&D campaign? Come now.
I don't know.
Asking too much.
I raised the bitrate a little bit, so it should help. Well, welcome to Dungeons & Dragons. This is where we play Dungeons & Dragons. Last week on Dungeons & Dragons, there was no dungeons nor dragons. However, here we are back at it again with the Tales of Revedia. Everyone's here, yada yada yada. There's Jung-un, right below me, mostly hidden by the picture of his character. But as you can see, they are mirror images of it. Ethan himself is also around 6'8" tall, Asimar. Sean, good old Kalis directly below that. You may have noticed he does not look like his profile picture. That's because Kalis is a deer man. Next to that, we have Taryn. Well, here's the thing. Just the black hair. Just the black hair. We're almost there. And Zelthar and Sparks, you can see, they look exactly like they do in real life, at least as far as we're concerned, because their images instead of their cameras are their characters, meaning they're the same people. But, oh, also, hello, Mary. I didn't say hello. But as we pick things back up, the party had just find themselves in the midst of nowhere. The first locations on their stop through the world of Revedia, where they found themselves surrounded by a peculiar cast of characters, featuring anybody, someone, that one, and many, many others along the exact same lines. But the true person they hear, the one they, I guess you could say they spoke the most with, is one named Aster. Aster seeming to be an outcast of some sorts from the lost city which lied down below. And not only that, she is one of those, how do you say, unsundered? One of the people of those ancient races that used to walk amongst the lands of Revedia, as confirmed, or not Revedia, but the world, as confirmed by Dazam. And along with that, the sister of Isadora, the one who not too long ago, had sealed Arianvel away, assisting in Crimson's Keep's attack on the capital. Now, as we find ourselves picking things back up this session, you all had basically almost like were given an offer where whenever you plan on leaving this place, normally there wouldn't be any means which you're allowed to. The world into Revedia is generally a one-way trip until you get to the center. But what she offered to you guys was a potential path outwards in case it was needed outside of that. Be it in an emergency or for whatever reasons you guys have. In exchange, she wants help finding her sister up at the surface. And as an accompaniment for that, that one is currently residing on the mantle with you all, as you are all traveling as the conduit between the two of you folks. But as we find ourselves at the top of the session, you guys, if I remember correctly, were just resting. You had enjoyed a meal in nowhere, made by Aster, and we're deciding on what direction to go next, and seemingly, it's forward.
Yeah, I believe we loaded up no one, and we were just about to sail.
Yeah.
Just about to sail out of nowhere.
Yeah, no one's still on nowhere. That one is with you. Alrighty. But as you guys say your final goodbyes as the ship begins to depart back into the world, you find yourselves, as I said, it's this very strange space because the air around you almost has that thickness of water, but it just appears to be normal air as you guys are swimming directly through all this. You guys load back on, and you guys resting in nowhere. You're gonna proceed forward and then rest when you're traveling.
Do we?
How
Need
long
to.
had we gone before we came to nowhere in the day?
Probably like almost like 3/4 of the day had passed. You guys just traveling. 'Cause that is one thing is that you guys is the circadian rhythm is gonna get a little fucky around here because there isn't like light from above that really tells you when it's day or when it's nighttime. It's really just when you guys are choosing to rest when you're feeling tired.
Let's just.
Where will we stay? Nowhere.
There's plenty of buildings all about.
She'll sleep nowhere.
Yeah, we have been traveling for a while, and this is a safe space, so that also has my vote before we go encounter next people that Aster told us about.
Yeah, Sparks is so excited to not be in water, so gonna take as much time as he can in this.
Sparks. We're surrounded by water.
No.
Uh,
Not here.
When we rest here, though, I'm like strong likelihood one of us is gonna have a creepy dream.
Why?
I just
That's
I
just-
get the vibe from the whirl. There's something here.
Creepy dreams and nightmares are just par for the course at this point.
Maybe a new
Okay.
creepy dream.
Are they not?
Why?
Okay.
so, as you,
Have you guys been having creepy dreams without me?
No, our dreams are very lovely. We have skeletons and giant monsters. They're great.
Just gonna like stare
I
at
love that
Jugga
for
and
you.
just tilt their head slightly to the right. Huh. Anyone else?
Well, I don't really remember the last time I had a pleasant dream. Maybe last year?
Okay, wrong person.
That's nice.
Salazar, you've been having good dreams, right? Right?
I don't know if I've had a dream the last couple
Oh,
of years.
you're an elf. Yeah, I forget. No one here sleeps properly.
I
Careless?
sleep. It's just not great.
Caleb's walked away. Just wandered off.
Okay. I just turned to Jay. Jay?
I was
you?
chasing some
Yeah.
rabbits in my dreams last night. That was nice.
Why would you be chasing rabbits?
To eat them?
He's a vicious carnivore.
Hmm.
He doesn't have any of the sharp teeth. They're all like flat. It's not like Kane. How does he? And he goes, and Jay just go. Anyways, Sparks, my dreams, as of late, pretty cool. Pretty cool. You know, usually when I can remember them, it's usually I find like a treasure, something like that. Go about, find a treasure. Sometimes it's a cool thing, and then I go to pocket it or see how much it's worth, and then I wake up. So I don't know if I found anything good yet.
That's unfortunate. Maybe. Maybe we'll find some neat stuff down here.
Yeah, that's the big hope, trust me. And as you guys are sort of deciding you're going to be staying here, somebody is going to like show you guys to like one of the buildings and just like do this like gurgling voice. People stay here. Wood fire, stove, blankets. There. He sort of like points towards like one of the buildings a bit of ways behind him. It's another one of these like very like geometric structures with the opening in the wall. Not really much of a door. Just whatever need. Back there. Sleep good. And he gives like this wide anglerfish smile that goes like past where his cheeks are.
Does he have like the
And-
needle
give him-
teeth and everything?
Yes, he has the yes.
I'll give him like a very unconvincing like deer smile where it looks like an ice cream sandwich. It's just sort of flat.
Wait, I know exactly what this looks like. I'm thinking of this in my head. Hi,
Ethan's dad.
I feel like I'll be seeing his smile in my dreams tonight.
I'm thinking of like the deer from Open Season. You remember that movie?
I
Yeah.
did not watch that.
Well, see, here's the thing. This is the best gift I've got for it. Because I don't think that he just straight smiles at many points throughout the movie.
All right, well, words hurt, Elijah.
No. This is not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. But as you guys make your way over to the space pointed out for you, police to rush for the night, you can easily tell, like, when you walk in, you guys are not the first people to have arrested here. You see on the wall some like sort of like marks left by people traveling their way through. Random things, names. You see like what's it called? Like a few like random like inspirational quotes, things like that. Like, like something a whale would go off before a long voyage. But it's mostly just sort of filled with things like that, and some of it you can't even tell how long it's been here.
Can I see in this place that we're staying, once we're like in, would I be able to see if I can find any kind of evidence that seemed like it came from Trigger, Macan, or Grimold?
Make me an investigation check as you're combing through the walls.
I can do that. Get to my sheet. Investigation. Just normal. That's pretty good. Not the worst.
You do find something upon one of the walls written, or signed by Trigger, and it seems to be a poem of some sort. Oh, did you have to reliable talent that one?
Yeah, it was a 2, apparently. Terrible.
Alrighty. So, I can also just copy paste this, but I'll read it out as well. Just because we dove past light where silence feeds, through pressures crush and kelp-strung reeds. The sun grew small, the dark grew wide, as monsters watched with ancient pride. The city slept in coral bone, its halls of pearl, forever alone. At ocean's heart, the world grew still, a throne of salt, a drowning will. And it's signed Trigger. And you begin to see that this is not the only one that Trigger had left here. It seems that they think themselves a bit of an artist, and there's a few sort of spots, like randomly amongst the walls, about just seemingly different events. You see one that talks about like the death of a comrade and like dealing with grief. You see another that talks about what's it called? The difference between like courage and stupidity, talking about the fools and the brave. Wide sort of variety of one spanning the sexual. It's almost kind of greedy how much wall this guy's taking up relative to many other people who just like drew a star in their name.
Keep a journal next time, dude. Interesting.
But yeah, outside of that, unless anyone is looking for anything else in particular, no. There are a small amount of supplies set in here, so you guys could make sure you're having a warm night tucked away. And it would be probably like a pretty relaxing, nice little ambiance if there wasn't adding in for some of you, one of you who might be a little bit more anxious, that you're having this nice, pleasant time nearing closer and closer to the bottom of the ocean. But hey, it's all a small point, right? Oh my, that sounded too pitiful. But as you guys...
This is my trigger.
Trigger, yeah.
All of these are... I'd tell my companions about these poems that I found, and to point them out, to be like, there's a lot of these. I
Does
wonder.
it mean anything? Oh.
Well, it seems to sort of follow along with different events that I seem relevant to being under the ocean. It makes me wonder if this was their first time here. Because to be here, which is our first stop, maybe it wasn't their first stop, but it seems like there's 3.
But that would contradict as well what Aster told you. No one ends up nowhere a second time.
Yeah. Well, I figured that either they came back or they didn't reach this place first. Which I don't know if that's possible or not.
From Vajungam's vision, you saw there are 4 separate entrances into the world of Revedia. At cardinal directions.
So there are 4 separate entrances? Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, how would they know of which they speak, unless they'd been themselves? Otherwise, this is just idle musing.
Right. But, I don't know, this seems... I mean, it could just be artistic license, but... I don't know.
Guess we can't insight check the wall.
DM, can we insight check the wall?
What are you trying to find out through this insight check? That's
Hard to read.
Yeah, if the words do mean, as my companion suggests, that they may have been here multiple times.
You know what? Here's what I'll do. If you can give me an insight check, and because this is a rock wall, I'm gonna make this DC 22. I'll give it to you.
Okay. Alright. Counterpoint. Does somebody else want to roll?
Who's trying to solve it?
I'll give it a shot. Why not?
I'll roll, because I do actually, no, wait. No.
Add a D3 to whatever you're gonna roll.
Insight. No, I'm not going to bother, because does a natural 20 always succeed? Question mark?
No,
Because
not
otherwise
on
I
ability
can't get-
checks.
Gotcha. I can get a
I was gonna give it
maximum
to
of
Tara,
19
and then
here.
she's rolling.
So, yeah.
We could both roll. That's a thing
I
that
actually
could happen.
can't succeed, so
I can't roll high enough to succeed, so there's not
I can.
much point. Well, then you do it.
Okay. I'll do it then. Is it a +3?
Yeah.
plus a D3.
Plus a D3. Okay.
If you get really close, I can bend luck.
Okay. How do I roll a D3? Is it R
Okay.
//R?
You don't.
You don't need.
Oh, I don't need to.
You got a 24 already. You
Cool.
you
That's
hit
the
the
incre-
AC.
So it's a minimum 25 DC.
Oh, 19. Sure did.
Golf clap.
The wall is really hard
Tell us
to
the secrets
read.
of the wall.
Now look at the way that the strokes are, like of the writing, and like where there's more pressure and where there's not, and where there's I don't know.
Okay. I will say
I read the wall.
it's more so not the actual way that it's written than the context behind like the words, because from what you have like sort of briefly spoken about like with Asher about the things that lay ahead of you, some of these are a little too specific. And there is one that comes to mind, one that they would not have been able to encounter if they had not, or they would not be able to write this, they had not seen it before. It's about the amalgam, that teeming mass of ships brought together, filled to the brim with these undead creatures. And we'll say it. How it goes, her sails stitched from burial shrouds, her timbers grown like thunder clouds. No wind she needs, no stars to steer. She moves by hunger, hate, and fear. The crew has eyes like hollow moons. They hum forgotten sailor tunes. Their oaths were sworn beyond the grave. They serve the seas, not souls to save. I can copy paste that too for you if you'd like.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Please.
A chorus of pleases.
Whenever a DM says something that's more than a sentence, it's like, please write that down.
But I will say, on a 24, what I'll give you is you also notice that along the walls, these are not placed kind of like randomly. They almost like seem to like trail along one of the walls. And where
Yeah.
that last one about the amalgam stops is right next to one of the cots that was already set out into this room.
Can I check the cot for anything that it doesn't look like it should be there?
So as you go to look it over, you don't see anything weird about the cot itself as you move. There doesn't seem to be anything written on the floor or the wall next to it. But as you move the pillow that's there, you see or you hear like a scrunch of paper, as if something was moved or something shifted. And underneath the pillowcase, you can see where it seems that they had written the last piece that they did here. And this one is strange because it doesn't pertain to anything you've heard about the world so far. It seems to be something that they had written before they had gone to sleep. And the lines of text before you. I will not drink the sleep they pour, nor knock upon that shadowed door. Their lullabies are baited lies with silk-wrapped claws and watching eyes. I burn the herbs, I seal the bed, no prayer is whispered in my head. For sleep, they say, is rest and grace, but I have seen their dreaming face.
I'm gonna copy all these down after the session, but I want to make sure that I have all this. So this is still 2 quatrains. Okay.
Yeah.
I like these.
Yeah.
Do you think these are what you call emotional issues?
Emotion.
As I'm just sitting there, this is art.
Art.
I feel so much I feel like I can understand what they're saying.
Wow, that's so cool. Well, I just mean that perhaps this is just what they're feeling, and less so that sleep is going to kill them with claws.
Oh yeah, no, it's their metaphors and they're so rich.
Yeah, but they're not like real.
Well, we don't know that.
I'm getting the feeling that, do we think that the other fish people, no one, someone, etc., are going to descend upon us in the night?
No?
I I don't know, but this, I burned the herbs, I sealed the bed. What herbs?
Yeah, it's you know,
Is it Gloomshire herb? No, I'm just kidding.
the you know, beings of the moving wild would burn herbs and pour salt circles and things to
Yeah.
Elijah to ward away they thought the hags and the beings of the various covens, but it was all just sort of superstition to. It was tradition that made people feel more at ease. I don't think.
Can you be sure that it didn't work if they kept on doing it all the time?
I mean, hags are still an issue in the woods.
True, but if it's just to protect one user, I don't know.
I don't know. It could
Sometimes,
be. Possibly.
sometimes it might be better to be safe than sorry.
And sort of does almost speak up. It's like, no people, no matter how advanced they get, they always hold on to their superstitions. Even amongst Nadim, we had our own. Were they logical necessarily? Not always. But it isn't broken. Don't fix it. However, I'd like to think that we're not going to be attacked in our sleep. These guys seem so nice here.
Well,
Yes, I trust in that more than any other preventative measures.
I do have one of my daggers will alert me.
You have a dagger warning.
I do. So there's that. It's not foolproof, but okay. It will wake us up.
I don't wake
If
you
they-
up, won't it?
No, it'll wake all of us up as long as
Oh.
you are
Within 30 feet, I believe.
within 30 feet of me. Which is this room larger than 30 feet by
No.
30 feet?
Double pile.
No, it's not.
So as long as we all sleep in this room with these cots, everybody should be woken up if they attack us. But only once they kind of start attacking us. I.e. when combat begins. Can I find any evidence of herbs or ashes nearby?
Yes, you do find like the traces of like sort of blackened parts in the ground, where it seems like something was burned in this area, stomped out over there, or put out over there. I will say, due to the fact that it was burned, you can't really identify what it was,
Yeah.
but you can tell that there was something that was definitely burned by this area, because it's away from where there is like the wood stove that's in this
Okay.
room.
Is it by this cot, or is it like in the middle of the cots, or like where is it located?
It was
exactly?
only anything burned by this cot.
Okay.
It seems that his companions or Trigger's companions didn't feel it was necessary. At least you don't see evidence of it over there.
Kalis, you can see different magic sometimes, right? Can you see if there's any in here?
And as you detect magic, the main one you're going to see is from the air around you, has an air of transmutation magic, which is what's bringing it from the water itself to the air. The actual supplies in here, a lot of it is conjuration. These were things that were physically made or made from things of the conjuration transmutation in order for you to actually have supplies here. The wood itself was fabricated. It wasn't grown from a tree. The cots, they were made as well. But you don't see anything outside of like all the stuff that is clearly visible. You don't see any like weird magical presences or like anything like hidden or layered on top of anything else. The room seems to be quote unquote mundane.
Just some transmutations that have been done. Nothing more.
Is that good or bad?
Can be both.
Just
So-
transmutation. I'm not
Oh,
studied, but it's a relatively simple physical spell. If you take my meaning, it changes the form of things.
Caleb, or Caleb's correction. There is one spot where you will sense illusory magic along the wall. This is my mistake. I forgot about this.
Well,
Um,
what's through it? Because I can see.
Yeah. You made me drop my phone. What the fuck, man?
I'm so very sorry. You gave me this.
But
It's another poem.
no, it is not.
That'd be funny.
You see, what's it called? Along one of the walls, a little bit ways up, and this looks like it was written here quite some time ago, long before. Even you can't even tell how far along the triggers and things was, but this was before that, at least. But the note that's left behind, when what it originally was just like Jaren was here. Jaran, Garan. It was like making a haven our own, making a haven of our own. You'll find us somewhere. And like a little smile.
Down the words. Making a heron?
Haven.
Oh, Haven.
Haven, but spelled badly.
Wait, what did he say?
I haven't.
Exactly.
Making a haven of our own. You'll find us somewhere.
There's a town called somewhere around here.
Is there?
It's going to be the sister town to nowhere.
True. It's gonna be the one where magic is not allowed and there's bad people there.
Good people know bad people, yes. Right?
Or it'll be the same sign, but it'll actually be the trap.
But- And
Dun, dun, dun.
I will say, and you know what, we'll be kind because of your insight check from earlier. It seems that this wasn't meant to just be left out in the air for anyone to read. This was probably meant for a specific person. But who that is, you can't say.
Okay. So make a haven of our own, come find us.
Yeah, we'll be somewhere. We'll be somewhere.
We'll be somewhere. Is somewhere capitalized?
Yes.
Fucking called it.
You're
I
right!
fucking called it, you idiots. I'm the only smart player in the
God.
party.
Wow.
I cast
Vern's
banishment on
name,
chaos.
how many back on the list of comers to the town is
Say it again.
that? How many places back on the list of people who had passed through here was Jaren's name?
Oh. Several dozen.
So
Is
he's
it-
like he's a different party, theoretically, than anyone we know.
Yeah, this would have been written some time ago.
Cool.
What's it called? The visitor list.
And also, as like a little extra for Sparks, because you're able to see this with True Sight. And looking upon it, you can tell just like by the way the spell is weaved, just because of the sort of link you inherently have with Mistra. If you do not have True Sight, this would probably be actually a very, very difficult spell for most people to see or decipher.
I say this. I cast with very powerful illusion magic. I think it'd be difficult to see if I, couldn't see everything. If I didn't have my special eye.
But
Powerful magic is in like someone from our time powerful, or someone from Orin Bell's time powerful? Like Dazan time powerful?
Yes, Elijah.
It is still very within the realm of like mortal casting.
Okay.
Okay. Could
And
be both.
Doesn't seem to be anything that crazy.
I don't-
Okay. Gotta ask. We've encountered a lot of it.
Fair enough.
Fair, honestly. Fair enough.
Just because I feel the need to say it. Hello, Ethan's friend. I don't know who that is in the back, but hello. Ethan said words, but he's what?
I think you're muted.
He unmuted for a brief moment, then remuted.
Oh.
I'm gonna push to talk.
Okay. But as you guys come to rest, and with those sort of like some of those like foreboding words, and you guys like bother to like keep watch or any of that stuff, did you rest throughout the night?
I want to.
We got
Kind
like
of.
a magic
I do too.
shoe.
Me too.
Yeah.
Shoe? A magic shoe?
Yeah. So
Your shoe of warning.
Jugga and Terran and Zelthar, you guys deciding that it might be best just to keep an eye on things, just to be on the safe side. You got plenty of time to nap on the ship anyway.
Mhm.
Go ahead and each of the three of you just roll me perception checks.
I also would like to, like, use the cot that was, I guess it was Trigger's.
Yeah.
That's the cot that I would like to.
Okay.
Perception? Oh. I forget it's so bad for this person.
Okay. So, as you guys are laid to rest, Terran, taking the first watch of these, as you're sort of observing the outside area, watching is the little fish, they don't really seem to like sleep often. You see some of them kind of just like lackadaisically flowing throughout the air, some making their way in and out of the sort of massive space that encompasses you all. But Jungun, can you make me a favor? Can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay.
That's suspicious as heck.
19? So, Terran, as you go to wake Jungun for to take on their portion of the watch, you notice that it is... Jungun's a heavy sleeper, from what I assume.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so, but sure, we can go with that.
Oh, okay. Well,
If yourself to that night.
well, I will say, if that's the case, this is even more strange. And Jungun's normally a light sleeper, where it is strangely difficult to wake her up at first. And Jungun, as you are sort of relaxing this bed, you feel yourself being like awakened, like shaken by Terran trying to get you up, and it feels like you've just been woken up out of the best sleep you've probably ever had in your life. Like your entire body feels so relaxed, and you've only probably slept for a better part of maybe like 2 hours or so, 2-3 hours, as Tyrion was taking that first watch. But it's been a while since you felt this refreshed. But Jungun does wake up.
That was a nice sleep. Why y'all have to wake me?
Well, it's your turn for watch, but you said that you slept well?
Oh, yeah, I got you. I can watch.
Yeah, but you said that you slept really well?
Yeah, that was the best sleep of my life, actually.
Interesting. Well, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary for here, I guess.
Okay.
But
You should totally get to sleep.
I'll try.
And as you go to rest, Jungun, you take over, observing sort of sky around you. And you watch it. This place seems to have its own little bit of like ambient lights that do begin to start to like dim down quite a bit. along the edges of some of these buildings, tucked into the cracks and corners, you see there's this sort of like slight glow from the very bioluminescent like flora that has grown within here. But you yourself as well see nothing to be alarmed of, nothing to be alerted by. And as you go to wake Zelthar for his, Zelthar, you don't sleep, you're an elf. You're meditating. You feel sort of light hand on you as Jungin goes to bring you back into focus more than consciousness. Something fell behind me. Ruh-roh, whatever that was.
It was somebody.
Zelthar, as you take over, once again, nothing to particularly be alarmed by. It's a nice, peaceful night out here in nowhere. And eventually, as not the morning comes, but in your all's sort of own internal rhythms as you all start to wake, before we do that, the three of you, Taryn, Kalis, and Sparks, can you guys also make me wisdom saves?
Hey.
I also am curious if I have any weird shit going on because I'm in this, in the cot that I'm in.
I've given consideration to that.
Okay.
Or
Oh my god. No, that's an ability check. It should be more than that. I pressed the wrong button. Plus 3, 20.
So 20, okay.
Ooh.
So Taryn, as I said, a restful sleep for you as well, and as you wake in the morning, you understand exactly what Jungin was talking about. You've just never been so relaxed. It feels like I feel like Taryn carries a lot of tension in his shoulders, like naturally. I don't know where to be shoulder, to be like somewhere like shoulders, neck, like that area, and everything just feels so relaxed, feels so comforting. Same for you as well, Sparks. As you find yourself awake in the morning, you feel loose. Like there's like this like different like energy you have, like it's almost like renewed vigor. However, you guys have noticed that Kalis does not seem to have been woken up yet. He is kind of just like loudly snoring, absolutely conked the fuck out.
I'm gonna go over and wake him up.
And as you go to give him a shake, you shake him. And he kind of like, you watch as like his arm like falls off the cot because, you know, this is a bigger cot than normal because it's Kayla's size, but it's still hard for something to be a cot and be Kayla's size. That's when you have to transition to bed territory. And as the sort of arm falls off the side, he is just absolutely out. And are you going to keep trying to wake him up, or are you going to wait for him to awake naturally?
I'm gonna splash some water in his face. It's like,
Cold water?
no, from my canteen.
Can I like investigate his body?
Nose in my sleep.
His body is still alive, Jungin.
Go ahead and make me a medicine check, Jungin.
Is there anything that I can see with my eyes, like, that seem to be, you know, pervading? I'll also whack out a detect magic while I'm at it.
Yes, and there is a magical effect upon Kalis that you can immediately detect. And it is enchantment magic.
He's been enchanted. Can I tell what exactly it is?
Actually, I was gonna say with detect magic, no, but I know you have a weird little thing. I have to look at your Mistress Blushing because I think that is relevant here.
Do I? Little thing.
As you guys get higher levels, just more shit in your character sheet, and I don't like it.
Breathe underwater, survive without food and water, I need to magic concern. Thoughts, truthfulness, alignment, or creature type. No.
You don't have a you don't have a thing with detecting magic? Am I mistaken?
I can detect magic at will, but that's it.
Okay. Then I will say you're not able to identify whatever particular like spell effects or anything like that. At least focused. And on your part, Jugum, you can tell that he's alive, and nothing seems to be like functioning wrong. He's still breathing perfectly normal. His heart's fine, but you can't tell you can't tell like if there's like a natural reason why he should be asleep. And I will say, splashing water, he's still out during that. And it's probably not going to be for about another hour after everyone else awakes where Kalis begins to come to consciousness.
That's not fucking good.
Yeah.
Caught
You
just-
right, buddy?
Watching him.
Like you wake up
Anyway.
and like we're staring at you.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys.
And you're also wet.
I just kind of like look up at everyone. It's funny, my mouth's usually dry when I wake up, but it's very moist. Moist.
He
this
couldn't
morning.
wake you.
Yeah. Did you
What do
have
you mean?
any?
I'm awake right now.
I tried waking up an hour
It's just-
ago.
I just need. Yeah, I just need it.
Did you have any dreams?
No. No
I thought
particular
I
dreams.
I thought there would be like some haunted, shipwrecked sailors' last regrets, but I mean, I had normal dreams. I didn't have any, visions, I guess.
Well, Sparks could tell that you had an enchantment on you. Is it?
And it has
He's
faded
still
at this
conscious?
point, Sparks, once he
Okay.
wakes.
Mm-hmm. He's gone now, though.
So I guess an enchanted sleep? That would be my guess. But I'm not.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
don't do magic, so I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, we're leaving this morning,
We hope. Nobody feels like a strange need to stay another night?
Me,
so
I do.
didn't have a dream. I just...
Well, you don't want to go in the water. You don't count.
Oh,
It's
That's
messed
not
up.
strange. That's usual.
That's survival instincts.
Is-
Are we going to go, or
Is Brynhild awake?
Oh. Oh, wait, yeah, no. Dazan and Jay both wake up normally as well.
Oh, good.
I forgot about
Is
that.
Brynhild awake?
Give me a second.
what do you mean? Give me a second. What do you
Well-
mean, you bastard?
Brynhild would have been asleep about as long as Kalis was, because they got the same number.
Oh,
Yeah, Brynhild-
buddies.
She's awake. Right? See?
A big, like, sort of like huge, like jawed yawn as Brynhild almost like stretches like a person for a moment.
Does she have little wingies, or is she just like, I don't know if Martins have that or not? It'd be funny. She just
They're sort
starred.
of like a predatory squirrel. They're not a
Yeah.
glider. But yeah, no, they just got like, little cute faces and tails.
But, yeah.
But they, like squirrel. They can probably do like the little cute, like licking their paws. thing.
Yeah. This is
But yeah, I'll get
Yeah.
up. I will sit up, like almost like abruptly pushing you guys away as like the antlers swing up, and then like Brynhild scampers up to like perch on them, and I'll gather my things and get ready for the day.
so. I'm guessing I did not have any.
No?
Just the usual brand. Okay.
Yeah, whatever, you can give yourself whatever nightmares you want to have. Like that are par for the course.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to have any special magically induced nightmares.
Okay. Oh, shit. My pen. Ugh.
Oh, y'all, that was a really long y'all. Good lord.
So what's for breakfast?
So the breakfast is let's get out of here.
The souls of the damned.
I was going to make porridge. But
Yes,
we can.
should be fine too.
Yeah, souls, sure. That's up to you guys. But as Zahn, he gets to work making a sort of small meal, or like or not a small, a simple meal for everybody else before you guys get sat back on. And as like the smell of like food is like wafting like through the door, you're gonna see that one just kind of like standing in the doorway watching y'all.
That one.
That one.
Hey,
You show a picture of him again? I forgot what it looks like.
he's the small one.
Yeah. There's
Hey.
that one.
Hey, buddy. I have a
Food.
question for you.
He's pointing towards the Zahn and the pot.
Yeah, you want some?
Perhaps.
I got a question for you. Can you maybe answer it?
Yes, I do want food.
That's not the question.
His eyes kind of like narrow at you.
So, what's the deal with this room? Like, there's like, one of us had some magic on us when we woke up, and we didn't know that would happen, and we just would have appreciated a heads up about it. So, do you know anything about that?
I don't know. And he's like putting some stuff. No sleep. You sleep.
Insight check. Insight check.
Go for it. 17. That one is simple. And you could tell he's like, if he were going to be lying to you, you wouldn't be able to tell because a lie was complex. It's that he would spend too much time thinking about the lie before he answered you.
Gotcha.
So it seems that it's being genuine when it's saying that
Okay.
don't know. Food?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll spoon him out some food. Some porridge.
Kind of like looks it over. And you watch as he kind of just like opens up his jaw and he's like, Aster not watching. And he just, the entire bowl. Bowl and
Does he
porridge.
eat the
whole
bowl?
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I figured. Yeah.
Was that anyone's bowl?
Very good. And he like claps his hands together.
Glad you enjoyed.
Thank you. When leave?
Soon.
Okay. And he just sits down where he's standing.
Have you wanted to leave this place before?
Don't care.
Okay.
Aster says, I go.
How long have you been here?
Between long and short, somewhere. Not longest, not shortest.
That explains so much. Thank you.
Think. No one shorter. Something longer.
Yes.
You thought you were escaping at this session.
So the hammerhead has been here shorter. But who was here longer? Something?
Something.
Okay. I don't know if this is gonna be relevant or not, but
How many days has it been since we left Revedia?
Travel time just to get to the world itself was probably like at least a week leaving from port. Yes, you can. If you're gonna roll it, better. What do you want before you roll it? Actually, be precise. But you guys have been down here at least 10 days, or like, you guys left Revedia at least 10 days ago. There's a lot of empty space traveling through the world.
I want to ask him if I can meet him soon.
Okay. Try again tomorrow.
I
Went to
will.
voicemail.
Left you on red, buddy.
But were you asking something again of that one?
No,
Okay.
not right now.
But as he sort of waits in place as you guys all get your stuff packed and settled, is you're all ready to reload onto the Manta and begin heading off from here. Does anyone have any last minute objections or comments before you guys depart from nowhere?
I feel like,
Damn.
how many of those poems are there from Trigger?
Probably about a dozen or so.
Okay. I would make note of them all, but I won't make you do that. Unless you have them handy to copy paste for me, but I'll just say that I make note of them.
I don't have them
Just
all
like-
handy now.
In general, I'll just write down, like, the main gist, I guess, of, like, what each one is about.
Okay. Send me a demo of that after the game to remind me
Okay,
that you have
I
that.
will. Yeah, I'm gonna write down these afterwards, so I'll let you know when I do that.
Okie doke.
I would imagine, like, when we're starting to get ready to leave, Sparks doesn't want to go. You kind of have to pull him back
Ooh,
onto the ship.
I got something for this.
I also have an idea if it doesn't work. I have a plan, but Jungan, you go first.
I don't want to go.
I cast Charm Motes. Yeah, I need you to roll me a DC 18. Prisma save.
Oh, I'm good at those.
Mm.
But you get
No, you
Sharp
can
Person.
just-
Isn't Sharp Person a wisdom save?
I failed anyway.
That is incredible.
What did you roll?
A 17.
7.
That's crazy.
I rolled a 7.
Yeah.
Technically, that's a 20-foot radius, so I think you all have to roll it.
Oh, do we?
Oh, you did calm emotions, not charm person. I see.
Okay.
Wow.
High five.
Sure, I rolled. Azan's there. Okay, let's all your dice are rolling in private, by the way.
It is intentional. This
Plenty
is
of-
the last roll, which is public. It was an 8, so
Alrighty. Well, everyone failed regardless. That is... The fact that 3 of you failed by 1 is even better. Everyone...
Did Zelthar roll?
Oh, Zelthar, you... Is this...
He's always calm. There will be no difference.
That's true.
True.
Extra chill.
-1
You-
charisma.
He will actually, maybe, be a little bit more okay with hugs now.
Oh my god.
No.
hell yeah, let's go.
It's not
No,
Okay.
never mind.
Hey, realize our team dumped.
Sparks is
Charisma.
like, bring it in, bring it in.
So, as Julian casts this spell, many of you were feeling very well relaxed after you guys had woken. And there was that sort of tension in the air, especially if you're not being able to wake up Kalis for damn near an hour. But you know what? Things are going to be okay. You know, you got the whole ocean in front of you. You got all the world to explore. You can see things that no many people alive, they'll never even fantasize things. You know, it's all just right in front of you. All you gotta do, we're just gonna get back on the ship, gonna have a great time.
I have a good feeling about today.
So it's going to
I don't
be.
feel anything.
It's going to be a good
I
day.
think we should.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah,
I will
think
trust
so.
you.
That's cool. That's cool, man.
And as you guys find your way loading the figure belongings you had brought off back onto the manta, preparing to set forth once more, Jay is going to start the engines, essentially, of this thing as you begin to see them turn in the air around you guys. And with one last wave goodbye, you guys leave nowhere. Heading off into the currents up ahead of you. Pardon me. You guys find yourself being pulled forward back into the path the world has taken you on. And this lasts, it only lasts a minute anyways. So once you guys are all like really back on the ship, so basically once you get Sparks back on the ship, he can freak out again.
No, wait, no.
It's like
It's
that scene-
okay, it's okay,
It's like
it's
that scene
okay.
from the Punisher show. It's like, no.
Wait.
Except it's just someone with a squirt gun standing in front of him.
Basically, yeah.
But you all begin to head off into the dark waters ahead of you. Especially with now a little bit more awareness of what lies ahead, avoiding those sparse glowing lights that you had seen before. Now knowing what those creatures themselves actually are. By the end of the day's travel, you guys have been making your way upon the current for at least the past 8-9 hours or so. Once again, you begin to see just a little bit of light. In the distance in front of you all, seems to be a large rock outcropping area. Where nowhere was rocks, but they were buildings. This just seems to be sort of stone upturned earth and a whole bunch of mass that would constitute something being a small island just set dead in the center of the current in front of you all. As it sort of pops up on a little hollow dar that Jay had situated on the ship, just gonna say, seems like we have another thing ahead of us. This one quite a bit closer, though, I have to say.
We can try and sneak by.
Problem is, if we're going to try and sneak, we have to sneak through. Sneaking by means we have to go after the current. Or at least risk being pulled into another one.
Could sneak through it quickly if we can go through it in less than 10 seconds. If we can just zip through it real fast, we could literally go through it, if I'm understanding this chamber correctly.
So, 10 seconds would be very optimistic, because both sides, this thing is several hundreds of feet across. This is not small. This is not small.
Okay.
And as you guys are beginning to make your way closer to it, you sort of see the bit of the layout of the land in that area. And while this is not really, Jason, is not really situated for picking up on life forms in the area, one thing you do see that as it appears at the center of this rocky area, you see these rings along the ground, this platform that comes up a bit, and on that platform you see what would be the shaped like the torso, but it'd be the lower half of a person, and on the ground next to it is you see where that upper half is. But this thing is also massive.
So the torso is separate.
Yes. Yeah, imagine about separated at the waist.
How massive like really big, giant,
like
massive, or like
height wise, at least like if this thing were like put together, if this was like one person, it'd be probably about 40 feet from head to toe.
3 feet?
So giant-sized.
Yeah. Does this look like a real person or a statue?
I will to let you know that at least looking at the little like hollow table thing, it doesn't really have a great level of detail. But
Gotcha.
based on the platform, there's like a pedestal at the feet. You could probably safely assume it's a statue of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But to what, you can't tell.
Oh, I was about to say, is it similar to the ones we saw in Ardian's Dream World?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Maybe. If I'm being honest, that was a question I hadn't anticipated you asking, but yes. Yes, it would.
Hey.
You putting that wisdom to use.
But I will say it looks similar in size and scale. It doesn't look like I'd like it, especially because you can't really see the details of the face of this thing. You're just looking at the shape of it through this. But there's certainly similarities there. But as you all begin approaching the area, he's going to look back towards you. So we're just going to, if you want to man the veil, we can try and sneak through here.
Yeah, let's just activate the cloak protocol to be on the safe side.
Okay. So
Which I will do.
as you do so, Taryn, go ahead and make me a stealth check. Adding the chamber's stealth onto it.
Okay. So if I just put like +10 in situational bonus, will it automatically add that onto it?
Yes.
Let's see if that works. Nice.
And it is important to know for you guys. While Joe died, I'll give him just a second because we'll give it a good 10 because this is relevant information. Okay, well, we tried. But we'll let him know when he gets here. But so while the ship is like quote unquote like cloaked, the other stations, at least the offensive ones, they are not capable of being used at the same time. So the artillerist nest and the harpoon, those, imagine them being kind of like, they're still functional, you can still be in them, but there you go. All right, so I'll start from the top. Now Joe's back.
Internet reset. Sorry.
You're all good.
The last thing that I heard was Ethan's question, and then it cut out.
His question was if it was a similar thing to the statues that they'd seen in Ardenville's dream. The answer to that was yes. As you guys were going to proceed forward, Taryn was going to activate the Void Veil. And it's important to know, while the Void Veil is activated and that ship is cloaked, you guys, this is more pertinent to the artillerist nests and to the harpoon's nest. Oh, and the bastion as well. These systems are, imagine them kind of like powered down, where you're not able to use the combat abilities of the ship while it is cloaked.
That makes sense.
But that's crazy. You got a 6 in that. It's still 35. That's good at least.
Well, reliable talent.
Yep, it's reliable.
Sure is. Love it.
It's fucking crazy.
And
Saving my butt is what it is.
just as a reminder, I just want to check where everyone else is in the ship right now. Zelthar, you're hanging over at the Oculus. Is the helm, harpoon tourist. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give you guys.
Staring at my green trees in the artillerist's nest.
Zelda, maybe you should do some percepting while you're at the Oculus.
We'll gladly do some percepting at the Oculus.
But
Selfar, what do your elf eyes see?
oh my god.
Wait, where is it? Where is it?
Oh no, love that picture.
I gotta get it. I think I have it saved in my memes folder.
Okay. But Zelthar, go ahead and as you guys are approaching this area, go ahead and make me a perception check at advantage because you're using the Oculus.
Let's go.
Oh, natural
28.
20. Yay.
Hell yeah, brother. So with that, I'll also give you guys a little bit of a picture of the layout of what you're floating on into. And the Manta is the ship on the right.
There is no token in this scene that gives you a visibility.
Well, here's what we're going to do instead. I'm just going to unclick that, and now you can see.
Oh, fancy. So with this thing on the right-hand side. Oh, it's more like a shark than a manta.
Yeah, that one is. There's not going to be much consistency here, at least an image of the ship, until
Okay.
I have more free time.
Oh, so is the scale of this map just like immense?
Yeah. This map is... Yeah, each one of these squares is 15 feet. Each one of the big squares
so
you
it's
see.
not super duper vast, but it's bigger.
And you guys are mostly going through like a portion of it, but it does extend further pretty much in all directions.
Damn, that's big.
And okay, so I guess I just have one question. When we were going through the current, did we see this area as like a big mass approaching as we were nearing it? Or is this just like...
You guys are approaching it.
But is it like the last area is very obvious? It was like in like a dome. I know there's not air here, but is there like... Is it like a centralized area like that, or is this just like a canyon we're swimming through?
It seems more canyon-like. It's more like it's more chaotic in nature, if that's your question. Like it's not like doesn't seem to be like this was like placed here, like nowhere was.
Pardon me. Thank you.
But Zelthar, as you man the Oculus, scanning for what lies ahead of you all, you don't see anything immediately in range at first until you guys start to begin getting closer and closer. And what you see is not anything that's invisible to you, because there isn't anything that's invisible that would be granted to you by this, and you don't see anything elusive. But sort of eye scanning of this, you see things moving in a realm between realms. These creatures that are walking in the ethereal plane here. And let me see. Uh-oh, that's not good. And they imagine them as like these humanoid shapes that are flowing their way this and that way throughout the water. Not countless. It's not like there's absolutely filling up this area, but sparsely all about. You can see them. But the most disconcerting thing of all these ethereal forms is that the eyes and the mouths of these creatures, it's almost as if there is like darkness. It's almost like void, like pitch black substance that slightly begins to pour from both of them, either towards the eyes like tears or towards the sides of the mouth. And you can see there are quite a few of those in this area. But as concerning as that is, one thing sort of breaches out amidst all of that. Not because of it just visually, but because of its sheer size. So I'm going to send you an image of what you see. Let me think. Do I have the name of it right? Here. Actually, I'm going to make this easier on myself. Where is my phone? Oh, I dropped it earlier because Sparks made me. I forgot.
I did nothing.
Yeah.
This
Excuses.
is lies and slander.
Well, yeah, let me tell you. I'm a fella here to lie. Truth? That's not just subjective. I don't even know what it is. There you go. DM something to you. And you can see it pointed out more clearly, but it's almost as if it blends in the rocks, blends with the rocks in this area. And
That's creepy.
the size of it, at least 100 feet in length. Not moving, doesn't seem to even be reacting to the presence of your entrance, just sort of hugged up along one of the side of the walls still.
Ooh. I want to tell my party or Jean, the
By all
relay
means.
guy. Like, Kev, we have a problem.
What? What's
There
wrong?
seems to be these ethereal sea creatures that blend into walls. They don't seem to be alarmed for presence yet, but they're massive. They could be a threat, so I don't want to piss them off.
Yeah, and I will say the big thing, the thing I sent you, that's the only big one. The like ethereal sea creatures, they're like humanoid size. They're like person size.
Oh, humanoid size, not humanoids.
They're probably marrow or something worse.
But as you guys begin to creep your way forward, no signs of anything being alerted by your presence. But eventually it is going to be more visible towards everybody else. As you guys begin to get closer and closer, you will see. Who's at the front of this shit? Let me just remind myself.
It's me.
Jugun, Dazan, and Zelthar are the ones manning in the very front. Cool. So Sparks, as you're sitting over there on the artillerist's nest, everything, so the lights in here are pretty much like off. Through means of the cloaking using. In fact, there's no like external lights either that have been given off. And just for the sparsest moment, you can see something like sort of pass by in front of your face. And it looked to be like a foot. Almost as somebody was taking a step and they went through the artillerist's nests.
What?
That was
I scan. I fucking I know there's no light, but with my true sight, I basically can see it anyway. So I'm like fucking terrified now that there's a creature outside the holes trying to like.
Well, here's the thing, Sparks. With the cloak on, you can't see outside the hole here in the nest.
Not even with the true sight.
No, because you can't see it through straight metal.
Okay, cool. Do we have a capacity here to, what's it called? Is there a speaker which I could, speak in and alert people?
Yes, there's that's what Dazan mans the relay for. So you could, while he's there, you could basically send a telepathic message to anybody on the ship.
Okay. I'll send one down. I say, I think I saw something outside the artillerist nest. Something ethereal.
Ethereal? What?
I sprint over there and do some 60-foot range detect magic. So
I mean-
I have a
I have my own
question.
detect magic, but yeah.
Go for it, Jungan.
Okay, so while man the station, you can cast shield, absorb elements, or counterspell through the defenses. When the ship gets temporary HP equal to my spellcaster, is that always the temporary HP? Is that always active, or I have to activate it?
That will activate at the start of your turn as long as you're on the Bastion.
Okay, thank you.
I can't quite
Well-
see because of the cloak, but could
Yeah. And as you rush up,
Drop it?
Kalis, hearing
No.
that, there is nothing there. But as you're sort of on the ladder, you suddenly feel something beneath you. And just as if just making its way, floating through the space here, you see this thing. It doesn't look at you. It doesn't pay you any mind, but just this floating creature just passes its way on, going through the ship.
It's in the ship.
It was underneath Kalis while he was on the ladder. It passed by him, but no one else was in that area. It's just Sparks. Actually, technically, if you had turned around, you would have seen it, Taryn. When there was that little outburst by Sparks, you would have seen it as well. And it just quietly makes its way from one end to the other.
Is this
Is it-
roughly human-sized?
Yeah, in fact, a little bit like on the smaller side for like a person, not like
Or is
halfling
this
gnome
sort of
size.
like a ghost just drifting through the cabin.
Yes. And there is that sort of like black pouring mass that falls from its eyes and mouth. It doesn't linger upon the ground at all, but almost like trails as it's floating.
If it's heading straight back along the ship, does it mean that it's coming directly for where I am?
No, it's heading across the ship. So
Oh,
like,
across. I thought it was going like length. Okay.
so like direction wise, it's going like this way.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well this is all fucked up. Help, please. Okay, I waited.
maybe we should drop cloak. I think something knows where we are.
I think we definitely shouldn't.
I don't like it any more than you do, but these things don't seem to be taking notice of us right now. So what if we just stay the course and they stay in their creepy realm?
Anyways, but
Are those
This is
the
a bad
theory-
idea. This is a bad idea. This is a bad idea.
and as you guys are approaching, I will say there are a few like kind of like deviations in the path towards the shrine. You guys could continue heading straight west from where you are. You could head towards the south side, but I will say, Zelthar, that thing you saw, it is hugging the north wall up here. You see where my ping is?
Yeah. I would tell the party to probably go south side and avoid the thing.
So I'm gonna make it so I believe I'm making it so that anyone should be able to move this token. That way, y'all, this is in your hands.
What's all those circles?
Mistakes people made.
Just wanted to make sure that we weren't getting.
Wasn't calling anyone out, just what it is.
So, do we have like a place we know we're going? Like, are we aiming for directly across here, or this way?
We have no
This
idea.
way?
Nope.
You couldn't even see on the other side of the rock.
I can't even see outside the ship, so you know.
Does this scale correctly? Is this only 100 feet, or is that more than 100 feet?
It should technically
It's
be
15
more,
plus
but
square.
we're gonna, for the sake of gamifying a fantasy world, that's what we're leaving it at for now.
All right, switching to knots.
And I will tell you, the Manta is moving. You can move at a rate of 60 feet on here per round. Unless Jay does something else with the helm, and he can make it
16 feet?
60.
60. Okay.
And Jay has the ability to speed the ship up.
So, Joe, would like to get closer to the statue and have a look at the stuff there. Sparks have no input in the matter.
So it's just
I
4
want to go back
squares
to the nice
around.
air bubble.
Does the ship have the ability to like speed up to dash?
Jay can, yeah, at the helm.
Can we ask him to take us to the statue?
Yeah, you can. And as now, few questions for myself. The one that you saw in the ship, Taryn, that will not be the last one as you guys proceed making your way forward. Are you guys doing anything particular as these things pop up? Are you just like doing your best to like avoid accidentally touching them, being in the same spaces? Like,
Yes, that.
Yes.
okay.
Kalis is standing like almost rigidly still, but as they drift through his space, he's just going like, just following them,
Yeah.
like very concerned, but not really wanting to turn his head.
Taryn is probably just like,
And as you guys begin to get closer and closer towards this statue in the middle, you guys don't have the ability to turn on the lights on the stuff while the ship is cloaked, but with you being closer, you can see more detail on the sort of hollow table thing that is in the center of the first part of the ship. And you can definitely tell this is a statue. You can see broken pieces of rock along the ground next to it. You see that one of the arms of it has been sort of popped off from this point. But is there anything in particular you're looking for as you're sort of coming closer and closer?
Interesting artifacts. Any signs of, a direction that we might want to go. Something to distract myself from the fact that there's ghosts in here.
Okay. I will say,
what I would like to do. I don't know about everyone else.
as you guys are moving up, I'd say go ahead and give me an investigation check, Sparks.
Can I help?
You can help, but this is also still going to be a little bit more difficult because you guys are kind of doing this on limited light and things like that.
So am I rolling with advantage then in that case?
It is not.
Rolling
It's still roll an advantage. Still roll an advantage. If Jung's helping.
Like, I didn't know if we were rolling two separate rolls or not. That was all. But okay, I should roll with advantage.
21. Hell yeah, brother.
I needed the advantage.
Alrighty. So. As you begin to get closer and closer, pulling up on this, one thing you do notice is that the position of the statue itself, the way in which its arm is outstretched as it had some sort of weapon or symbol or tool in its hand, it was pointing actually directly towards you guys to the south. Take that as a sign, if you will or not, but that's where it was pointing towards. And along with that, you see in engraving, sort of leaning in to like look out upon the detail as you guys are moving close enough in order to be able to pick it up. You can see that this statue had a name. It was called Iskaval. Iskaval, the Drowsy Tyrant.
Does that mean anything to
Or
us?
drowsing. No, it doesn't sound like any familiar from Revedian history that you're aware of.
the drowsing tyrant.
Yeah.
Well, the spear's going south, so maybe we go south. Maybe it's just like an hour this way for good stuff.
Did you say it was a shrine here?
It looks to be like some sort of shrine or temple, something like that. It doesn't look like this was just like a statue made in reverence of a person.
Well, is there any way we would know or recognize Iskoval as a name?
Not from the surface, no.
Said that.
Does,
All right, go ahead.
does Zan recognize it?
His
Right, cheat code.
this does not seem familiar to Dazan. It's like this is not a god from Nadim. I mean, we didn't really do gods in Nadim like that. That wasn't like that was. It was a very like it was a very niche thing. You like worship the god. A lot of people. I'm not saying it was weird, but like
I mean, but is he a god or is he just a guy that had a statue made of him that was? This is the drowsing tyrant. I mean, tyrant implies a ruler of some kind.
aren't most gods just some guy or some girl?
I don't know. I
Tiamat
guess.
is
Well,
a chromatic tyrant.
that's a dragon,
Am
but
I DM?
the tyrant. I don't know if she said we had that title, but it was. Tyrant is a title appropriate for Tiamat. Was not known for. She was not known for being nice.
Like, the worm guy. I just feel like certain dark gods, tyrant might be like a flex for them.
Fucker.
Hmm?
The worm guy. Oh man. Phew. That was.
Like if I was like a bad god, I wouldn't name myself like the serpent. I'd name myself like
That was the devourer.
Nargaldor, the evil caterpillar.
I will
Hold
say-
on, you went
It needs-
to.
It needs work.
Go ahead and well, one of y'all can make me a history check as well. Not about
One?
The lurker
if you're
below?
proficient in history, you can make me a history check.
Oh, I thought it was him.
Definitely
Well,
not needed.
shit.
Is anyone here proficient in history? Actually,
No.
No, we're all dum dums.
Let me see. Hang on.
come on.
Zahn is, I think.
Zan is.
The worm thing, is that Relim Shikarth, the lurker beneath?
Yep.
Yeah. The
I
lurker
was just
beneath
using
and
this example though.
lurker below.
Um,
Hey, we don't see a white circle with 3 lines going down the center that are purple anywhere on the statue, do we?
no, you do not.
Okay.
But I will say, because Zan is only proficient in history, and this isn't really a history thing. This is more like technical definitions. You just a tyrant doesn't necessarily mean an evil person. It just means he usurped whoever was of the legitimate ruler of a place. So maybe he was like, technically, Arden Velis a tyrant.
No, the guy before him was a tyrant.
I feel like a tyrant is more like
Tyrant
a ruling
is like-
style.
I just mean
Bad.
definitionally, that's what it is.
Yeah, but it's used in a symbolism of ruling with power without,
Is it my fault for not knowing modern day connotations?
Yes.
I mean, you've been
You've
around
been
for
here long enough. You've got
You've been
friends
on-
now.
You've been on dates. I mean,
Oh yeah. How much longer are we going to be down here?
was it the date with the same person? I'm just kidding.
Long enough for you to tell us about your date when.
No, we're actually sorry. I don't know if you noticed. There's creepy ghosts all around this. Can't.
Oh, here's a question.
Sparks considers getting a truth feel.
The ghosts, the ethereal creatures, they've been drifting around here like sort of like cotton, on the air. do they ever drift like straight through us, or do they avoid us?
Unless, and
Like as people, not the ship.
what I was asking earlier, if you guys were avoiding them, and it seemed the consensus was yes.
150,000%
Because-
avoiding that shit.
They travel they don't like seek you guys out, but if they start traveling a singular path and you're there, they would pass through you. So was I?
They just have linear trajectories, more or less.
Yeah.
Going
Then,
around
yeah,
them
we'll play
if we can.
Japanese game show with these guys.
Okay.
What did this that mean?
You dodge through like the hole cutouts in the wall, like
Oh.
conveyor belt that comes towards you.
We had Hole in the Wall in America. It was a great game show.
Hole in the.
It was called Hole in the
made
Wall.
for you. It's the hole made for you.
That
Is
is-
it on the
No.
side of the mountain?
That has got to be a copycat.
No. We did it better. Much better production.
Really good name too. Tells you right on the tin.
But as you guys are examining this area, it is very apt that you asked that question of all people, Kalis. Because I assume you guys have probably gathered more around the central part of the ship investigating this, given the fact that two of you have stations that don't do anything.
Unless I have to
Mhm.
stay in my station to keep the cloak up, I will.
You don't have to maintain it.
Okay.
But as you guys are in the central area of things, Jungun, you'd have been the first to notice this. One of these creatures seemingly does not have a fully linear path. Been standing motionless for not long. It's only motionless for about 2 or 3 seconds till you notice it. But sort of this black mass pouring from its eyes, just staring directly at Kalis. Hasn't moved, just watching.
Hey, Kalis.
So how long has it been there for?
Hey, Kalis.
It was only still for like a couple seconds before Junga noticed it.
Yeah,
Kalis.
yes. I'm in here in this ship with you.
Hey. Someone's very interested in you.
Oh, did someone have a question for me?
No,
Yeah.
No.
that thing.
And about
Oh,
15 feet away from you, Kalis, you see one of those things just there watching. And I need you to answer me honestly, okay? When Kalis sees this thing, is he the type to make direct eye contact? Just like looking at like right in its face?
okay, so he's a deer, right?
Yeah.
So he like looks at it sidelong, like on the side of it, and then he like his eyes sort of like, like slide over towards it, and they flick over and make direct eye contact, and they immediately look away.
And as soon as there's a brief moment where it does that, this massive shriek echoes throughout the entirety of this area. You can feel the sort of raw walls rattle for a minute before it just sticks his hand out towards Kalis and looks like it's about to lunge forward towards him.
Excuse me, none of that.
And with that, folks, I need you to roll initiative. Because we're going to end up back on this side of the manta.
All right, well, I feel like that one wasn't my bad.
No, it was not at all.
Natural causes. Wait, who's at the
Don't look
harpoon
them in the
station?
eye. Okay, got it. They're a little autistic.
It's like, be for real. Oh, God, I stood up and I hurt my back real bad. Oh, God, what the fuck was that?
Oh my god, is shriek IE or EI? Oh, my brain.
I before E, except
I-
after C.
That rule
Christ.
breaks itself more
Shut
often
up.
than
It does. It does.
Don't you dare say anything about Baby
It's a good
Michael.
rule. You just have to know all of the exceptions to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like rules in real life, you know? Like armed robbery. There's times where it's allowed.
Oh, those are easy. It's the old
when is it
exception
allowed,
is
Elijah?
Oh, you don't know?
If you're rich and white, that's the exception.
Alright, I'm gonna go pee real quick and then we're gonna start combat.
How could you do this?
Oh, Sparks, you're faster than me.
My initiative
Yeah,
roll is
I've
really
always
bad,
been
and that was an
faster.
advantage.
True. Hmm? What was that, Kalis?
I roll initiative at advantage, and they were both bad.
I'm actually gonna take this time to go to the bathroom too. Really quick.
Maybe I should get Gift of Alacrity at some point.
I think you're fine.
No,
With
not
this
me. For
combat.
one of you guys.
Gift of Alacrity.
Get
Oh, is
high
that a
initiative.
spell?
Yeah, it's a spell. It's a wizard spell. I've got the Hat of Wizard thing means I can technically pick up the spell.
Oh,
but
it's
I
like a
don't. I can't.
dunamancy thing, right?
Yeah, I can't. I don't
You
know.
can't.
Decide on
I
my
don't think
wizard
you can
spell.
learn that.
I can. No, I can. That's what I'm saying. I have a what's it called? I literally have a word. Hat of Many Spells. It's a 2024 item. You remember it's what Elijah gave me the thing. It's specifically. It's normally attuned by a wizard, but Elijah gave me one that I could attune, and it is wizard spells too. For me, so I get one wizard spell a day. Well, one wizard spell per short rest. A more accurate statement.
Okay. Wow. That was a random and surprising amount of pain.
So really, I should do that in the morning, cast it on somebody, and then take a short rest, and then 7 hours of Gift of Alacrity.
Alright.
Effectively a warlock.
Alright.
Alright.
Alrighty. So.
Liz. Oh, never mind.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. You,
Okay.
my screen lagged. You weren't there. I was about to say that you
Oh.
had wandered off. But it.
Well, I'm back. I don't like all those high numbers for those guys. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna shut him up.
I can't even see him.
Oh, I can.
Oh wait, never mind. This one. The singular creature. I mean, I can see the initiative rolls. I just can't
Oh.
see
Oh,
the
Zelda,
actual
did you roll?
enemies.
Zelda
Umbral
roll.
Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
Umbral
no.
Vampire.
That's so
Is
weird that
this-
it's called that.
Oh, so you did.
Huh.
So.
Oh, that's Jay. Okay, I see. I was like, this looks very
Oh.
strange and genial for a vampire.
And yeah. His there's one before I forget. Someone's got a new trick. And cut this out. And
No decks.
no, Jace is incorrect. Jay should be +3. I just haven't changed this. Said I've been focusing on one thing at a time because I'm getting distracted with everything.
No, it's understandable. I don't know anything about their stat blocks, and that's why I was like, interesting.
Why is this in my combat folder? This is not belong. This is not. Nope. Ass. Wait, all my songs are in the wrong folders. No, not like this.
Okay, so Dazan's name canonically definitely has that apostrophe in it after the
Oh.
D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it
I've
always
just been
has.
spelling it wrong this whole time, so I'm
Oh.
just gonna go back and correct that in all of my notes.
Okay, good old Control F. Actually, it's missing. What the fuck? Just like all my shit. And here I
Everything's
was,
broken.
a simple man. Oh, I know how to. I got it. 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 Watch this shit. Watch this shit. You don't even know what's about to. You don't even know what's about to happen.
Locked in.
All right. All right. Double trick. Double trick. I don't know what's about to happen. All right. I'll just export that like that. Cool. Alrighty. So who we got first up? It will be
Music. Hello. There we go.
Sparks. As you
Alright.
see that creature begin to lunge towards Kalis, you're the first one to make a move.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I think fire in here would be a bad idea. Probably.
I won't disagree with you,
Yes.
but I'll let what happens happen.
Sparks, please.
Oh,
That's
wait.
how big the room was. I
One second.
pressed fireball.
One second. I need to put that one on here.
Gotta have that one.
That one, he's been standing in the middle of the hollow table.
Oh, hello.
Until whenever he likes to stand over here, but he gets shoot out the way whenever he's in the way of something you guys need to see.
I didn't even realize we'd bought that one.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, I must have missed it. I know we fed him porridge, but I forgot. Oh well.
Yeah, in
What are those
case.
Symbols?
That's for concentration. You got a bunch of shit on you. Don't know what half that is.
Yeah.
It's because you are blessed. Let me get rid of that. Yeah, I can get rid of these.
Oh, I was gonna say, I'm like, huh.
Alrighty. But Sparks, take it away.
Okay. What the hell is that thing? Maybe I should fireball it.
Not the ship.
Okay.
The ship.
I am gonna hit it with a chill touch.
What did? Okay. Go ahead and make me an attack roll. And a 24 will hit. However, as the chill touch grasps around this thing, it seems that necrotic damage is having no effect on it whatsoever.
Okay, but counterpoint, it can't regain hit points,
True.
and it has disadvantage on an attack roll.
Yes, that still takes effect, but the spell does no damage outside of that.
Okay, well, you know, that's my only other action cantrip, and I'd be like, it doesn't work, and run over here.
Yeah, you watch as this ghostly hand emanates from Sparks and goes out to grip along the creature's like neck where it is. And there is like a full sound where you hear it grab onto it and like something on the neck like crack, but his head just sort of snaps back and it moves forward uninterrupted.
Cool. Well, that is my action. I have nothing else.
All right. Fair enough. So, on a 23, as that scream is echoed out through the area, you begin to see hands begin to push from the walls around you all, phasing through into this area. And the first ones you're going to see, one between Jugun and Dazan, and another appearing between Jugun and Zelthar. And oh, that's so unfortunate, Sparks. That's so very unfortunate.
Did I run straight into another one? It doesn't work food.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Pain. There's another one.
And
More.
as these things cut through this space, seeing you immediately is going to reach out towards the closest living thing it can. Sparks, that's you. Now,
I ask it no.
alright. So, he's going to use his action to dash, move over to Terran.
Yeah!
So it's going to start off using its Umbral Grasp, and need you to make me a Dexterity saving throw, Sparks.
Oh, so it's not a hit roll. Pain and suffering. Fucking the dexterity saving throw. Yes, I'm going to take this opportunity to roll a luck.
Good idea.
I don't use those very often. Never mind. Fate has decided that 8 is the number that I shall roll.
What is up with you and running to creatures I had already pre-placed on the map?
It's fine.
This is historic. This
I
is
can
like.
see them.
Is this the 4th time this has happened?
Yes.
Alright, so starting off, as you watch as this swirling black mass that pours from this creature begins to reach out, forming this arm, and you see it pulling itself around Sparks. And now, this is something that you all need to know. Sparks is upstairs. You all are downstairs. I'll make a little wall so you have a better idea of where this is. Which means you all effectively cannot see Sparks in this moment. Because this is... Oh, you guys can't see that because I don't have token vision on. You can see the whole map, but...
I mean, can't Zan and Taran see me right now?
They might be able to see the top of your head, but you kind of ran a bit of ways up the stairs and further onto the deck.
Fair enough.
So Sparks,
You're kind of short. I'm not sure I can see you.
So first things first, you are restrained, and second things second, it's going to make 2 attacks against you.
Oh, that's nice. I'm so glad.
First one at advantage is a 22, and second attack is only a 15. You only get hit by 1.
Yeah, I can't even shield it either.
Alrighty. So
do I take the damage from the umbral?
That's the start of your turn.
thing? Okay, cool.
So you will take 17 points of necrotic damage. As this thing begins to rip away at you. And also, your strength score is reduced by 3.
Oh, it's a shadow. Swell. Fuck my life. How do I reduce my strength score in this?
You might have to manually, like, if you click the gear to edit the character sheet, just remember what the score is, or you can just keep track of it somewhere else. But that's this one's turn. As you all, what's it called? Hear this yell of pain from Sparks up above. As this creature and these claws extend from it, even though it is ethereal, the damage it does to you is very real. As it sort of strikes you upon like the where your shoulder is, being able to like pull away, and there is like almost like essence left behind by it, that same sort of like tar-like liquid intermingling with the blood from the wound. And with that, we'll go over to this one over here is going to immediately go towards Dazan, and one's going to go towards Jung-un. Starting off with Jung-un, I need a dexterity saving throw.
Boo!
And to answer your question, Ethan, 25 to 30 minutes. That is also a failure. Jung-un is restrained. And for Dazan... Wait. Let me see if his little thing helps him with that. Okay. Nope, not explicitly. So that means it's going to be 2 attacks at advantage towards both Dazan and Jung-un. Alright, these first ones are for you, Jung-un. That's a 26. That's another 26.
Jesus Christ.
And if it helps, they are both 1 off of 20 instead of being a 20.
No.
16 points of damage. 16 points of damage. So 32 points of damage in total, but it is halved because it's necrotic damage. However, your strength is reduced by 2d4. 6 points in total.
Jesus Christ.
If it helps, Jungan's strength is 21. So there's some leeway there. And these ones are for Dasan. 24. Natural 1. So he'll take 22 points of damage and lose a d4 strength. His strength score is... Okay, he's got a 10. So he takes 2 strength. And of course, the one that was looking towards Kalis, it is going to go towards Kalis. Kalis, exact same thing. Make me a dexterity saving throw. Actually, no, I apologize. This one does not go yet. There's 2 groups of them. I was mistaken.
Okay.
So Taryn, you will go first. You'll go next.
Okay.
And I accidentally just fucking flung Dr. Pepper on my mouse. And
Oh no.
because I was hurriedly setting this down because I thought it was empty. Continue talking. I'm grabbing a paper towel.
Dr. Pepper at Terran, can she use deflect missiles?
Choose a monk.
She just like catches the Dr. Pepper and like uses the inertia of the Dr. Pepper to cast it back at the Dr. Pepper. Mr. Pepper.
So Taryn.
So
Yeah.
I have a question. Well, I have a lot of questions, but for now, can I fit in this space here to be flanking, or is that to push up against the edge of the ship?
You could. Reasonably, yeah. I'd
Alright,
allow
I'm
that.
gonna press myself up against the wall here, and I'd like to stab this thing with flare for my first attack.
Gotcha. Oh, I got the Pepper on monitor too. Cool.
I feel like, I hope this is right. I haven't messed with any of the numbers of these in such a long time.
Should
I
be.
hope this is right.
So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and make
they
me an
have-
attack roll.
Okay, they have gone, so I don't get advantage. Do I still get sneak attack?
You will get sneak
Or
attack
no?
because the zone's within 5 feet.
Cool. And so then it's +2 for flanking, correct?
Correct.
So
22 certainly hits.
Okay. So, damage, normal, 8, and then sneak attack. So that's
36 points of damage.
30. Yeah,
Wait.
6.
30,
35.
35.
Yeah. And now also, flare inflicts vulnerability to piercing damage.
Okay, cool. So that one is now vulnerable to that damage type.
Yeah. So with my bonus action, I want to stab it again.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
We'll do it with my +1. 23.
23 will also hit.
10.
10, this will be 10, double to 20.
Yeah. Ooh. Nice.
And you can tell quickly as you begin to sort of lay into this creature, its attention focus on Dazan. The magical blade sort of drives into the back of it, begins tearing down where that ooze pours from the wound. And as flare lights, it's almost like specks of red that begin to consume around the creature as it marks its target. And this thing, already off those 2 initial blows, is very injured. I would say it's almost wounded.
Yeah. Forgive me, it's been a long time since I've actually fought with Terran before. Does I have dual wielding, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, dual wielding by
And that'll-
default. So you can make a bonus action attack with a light weapon.
Okay, that was my bonus action, but those are the only 2 that I get without doing anything extra, correct? Just the
Yes. Yeah.
2? Okay.
Yeah, unless you action surge,
Alright.
that's it.
Right, I'm considering it because this thing looks like it's almost dead. But this is only once a short rest. For Yeah, let's get rid of this thing. Let me do an action surge.
Okay. Go an action search.
Just fucking hit him hard, hit him quick, hit him hard. And I will pull out my jagged dagger and hit with that.
That's a natural 20.
Sure is.
Go ahead and roll damage, and this will be doubled twice. Well, yeah, go ahead and roll your dagger damage. We'll add so it'll be your dagger plus 4, and that will be doubled.
Right, so this is do I click critical hit or
Click critical
is that
hit.
screwed up?
You can
Okay.
hit. So 13 points of damage, doubled to 26.
Mm-hmm.
And as quickly as it had came and began its assault, it ceases. As the sort of like, you notice that as flare leaves behind its marks, you can almost like see spots glowing all throughout this body. And you realize that these are points of vulnerability. And as you drive the dagger into it, you watch as the body sort of like begins to shrivel and then it like swells up in one mass, and in this lump of this sort of black goo falls not to the ground but directly through it into the air and through the ship as it dissipates.
As a free action, I'd like to watch it go down, then look up at the sound and go, "Holy fuck!"
What the fuck? What the fuck? You guys do this all the time?
No, not with this.
I don't want to leave the house anymore. And Taryn, you have more movement if you like. Otherwise, that'll be your turn.
I'll step over here.
Gotcha. Okay. So with that, we are going to move over to the few others umbras that are left. Starting with the one that's facing through, going right towards where what's it called? Kalis and JR. Kalis, dex saving throw, starting it off as it tries to use its umbral grasp.
Can I jab him? As he approaches?
Yes, you can. Actually, you can still do the umbral grasp as long as you're within 30 feet, but you can jab him. So make me an attack roll.
That's a good point. Make a very good point there.
14. 14 will just hit.
I have a new thing, so bear with me slightly. Once per turn, doesn't have to be on my turn, it says. So he has to make a con save against having disadvantage on attack throws until the start of my turn.
And what is this with?
This is I can link it. It's this giant strike.
Oh.
It's just once per turn. You can add this to it.
I gotcha. Say a con save?
Yeah, con save against, I don't know, what is that? 20?
15, yeah, it'll be whatever your normal is. Yeah, 20. So that is a failure, so its attacks are at disadvantage, even more so.
I haven't figured out how to get this to, like, add the damage, but it's 2 extra lightning damage to my normal hit.
Yep, alright, 2 points of lightning damage, I'll mark that down. But with that, you still, so the umbral grasp works as long as you're within 30 feet, so it can still do that, but it will not be able to make melee attacks against you.
And would you say I get advantage on this dexterity save?
It is from a target that you can see, yes. I believe that's all the only requirement.
It's 7, don't worry.
Okay.
It still uses your fun ability on me.
Kalis is also restrained now. So, let's see. If I recall, his Jungun failed the saving throw as well, right?
Yeah.
Let me think. And Dazan is no
Yeah,
longer
we're all
restrained because that
restrained right
creature
now.
was killed. Zelthar is not,
Yeah.
Jay is not, Terran is not. Cool.
Mm-hmm. That one is also not.
But that one is not going to be able to do much during that side. I would say another one of these creatures is going to be coming forth, targeting Zelthar. Phase through the walls. So Zelthar, Dex save, this is your bread and butter. I believe in you.
So I can find it. Oh my god.
28. You certainly passed. My bad.
Someone has
Sorry
passed.
to ask. Sorry to ask. Now, it's still going to make these attacks, but they will not have advantage now. Starting for the first one, that is a 21.
That one hits.
Oh, buddy, I'm sorry. And the second one, oh,
Also
damn.
hit.
So, that will be 16 points of necrotic damage and 36 points of
Ow.
necrotic damage in total.
Jesus.
And your strength is only lowered by 2. It rolled 1s on both of those d4s.
That would have been bad.
But with that, that is their turns. And we're going to move over to Dazan. Seeing things play out in this fashion and realizing that already things are not looking great, you're going to watch as Dazan begins to channel magic from that artifact that he had found and shown you Olaf earlier. And what you see begin to fill the space is a massive fist. Aw, man, the artwork for it broke.
Oh no.
Oh, never mind.
Oh.
As
Nice.
he's going to use this to cast Bigby's hand. And I would actually say he knows y'all can handle yourselves down here. His probably main concern would have been Sparks first once he heard him yell. And as he runs towards this area, Sparks, you see like almost like walking on 2 fingers, this massive magical fist, like sort of like push through the area. And it is going to just, the one that's attacking you, it is going to just whack the shit out of it. Let me make sure I remember how big his hands works.
I'm imagining just being like smacking it.
Move up to 60 feet. And yeah, it's just gonna make an attack roll. So this in total is going to have a bonus of plus, oh my god, that's insane. Oh, that's an artifact. D20 plus 13. That's a 21 to hit that thing, and it's gonna do 27 points of force damage to it. As Sparks, while this thing is engaged with you, you watch as this spectral hand from Dazan just comes up and begins like smashing it towards the ground. There's like a thud on the side of the ship as it leans a little bit as the force of it goes through. But that's his action for this turn. He can do that as a bonus action this next turn. All right, move over to Jay. Jay is not a lover, not a fighter. However, regardless, as he pulls back, you watch as he has light crossbow prepared for exactly this type of situation, and he is aiming 2 shots for the one entangled with Zelthar, and that is a 13 to hit and a 21 to hit, so one will hit. 20. Oh. Oh. That's 11 points of damage initially to that thing. And his turn is, he's going to activate, well, fuck, what is the name of that magic item? I'm all over the place. That's his bonus action, is to use his shit this turn. Then we'll go over to Kalis. As you are restrained, but you still do have your turn. You can do the thing is it whiz within your attack range, but by default the attacks against it are at disadvantage until you break the restraint.
And like, how is he like restraining me? Like visually wise?
imagine like this sort of black mass that pours from it. There's this like mass that forms like from that substance that leans like slides forward amongst the ground or like floats in the air to go and grasp around you, almost like you're tethered to it through its like mouth and eyes.
Oh, like the black goo.
Yeah.
I will just reckless attack this guy. He's restraining me.
Okay, so these will be straight rolls. Also, they're private still.
18. Fuck. It
Glad
was
you-
18 and a 22, but I can reroll them.
Yeah, I saw. It's because I had the camera focused on Ethan. Instead of being in the grid as they're supposed to. 31 and 26, that'll do the trick. Oh, that's damage.
Yeah. Do you want me to reroll the attacks?
No, you're fine. If you right click on it, you can also just reveal the rolls.
Okay.
So you don't have to re-roll if that ever happens. But yeah, those will both hit, and that is 31. That is 57 points of damage in total.
Oh, I guess I rage first.
Oh, yeah.
That's how that works.
Go ahead and rage.
And then I'll choose reprisal damage.
Gotcha.
That's... Oh, no, I can have him make the save again on this turn. On the second hit. So he has to make a con save.
Gotcha. So 820 plus 2. Cool. 18, so that still fails.
He takes 3 lightning damage, and he has disadvantage on attacks till my next turn. That's the end of my turn.
Gotcha. Alright. Zelthar. As you begin to take your turn, engage in melee with this thing, manage to avoiding the ensnaring grasp of it. But something keeps popping up in the back of your head, this ever-present idea. There's people wounded in this room. While there's no blood in the water, there's certainly some on the ship. And just at that moment, you just hear a little ding come from the Oculus station as you're engaged in melee. What would you like to do on your turn?
Well, shit. Okay. I'm gonna cast Guardian Nature.
Guardian Nature? Okay, awesome.
Okay, for my bonus action, I'm gonna do the Great Tree one. And
Great
then I'm
tree.
gonna attempt to fire a banishing arrow at the one right close to me.
Right closest to you?
Right next to me. Yeah.
Just you do have sharpshooter. Yeah, so you don't have to worry. This attack is your what's it called?
Advantage,
Yeah.
disadvantage.
So because sharpshooter ignores disadvantage for being in melee range for range attacks, right? Can you remind me? I believe it
don't know.
does.
No, it doesn't. That's crossbow expert.
Okay. Well, either way, then it's still a straight roll.
Sharpshooter removes
It's a
cover.
straight roll.
Yeah, because you're guardian of nature.
It's covering
Okay.
its damage. If
So here's the hit. And then it has to succeed on a charisma saving throw, but I don't know what the DC is. Is that
For
my
the sake of it,
spell class?
we're gonna use your spell DC. Because I'm not
Okay.
remember exactly where the effect comes from.
So
Your
it's
spell
D16.
DC. Gotcha. So charisma is these guys' best stat by miles. So fingers crossed. 26. So it still take till full damage, but it will not be banished.
Gotcha. Let me roll damage real quick. That'll be 12. Would that banish arrow count as both of my attacks or just one?
Just one attack. So
I
you
could try again.
You could if you'd like to, yes.
Okay, I'll do it.
Alright, go
I'll
for
spend
it.
2 charges.
16, that'll hit
That's
too.
and then save is 16. Here's the
Elijah,
damage.
I have a question for you.
I got you, just one moment. And I'll give you another charisma save. That's a failure.
I got it.
You watch as there is almost like this puff of like what's it called? Like looks like a small like snow flurry encapsulates the creature as it's hit with the arrow and just into mist. It's gone. And we should add that damage. Minus 9.
For free action, can I like look into the Oculus, like why it's beeping?
There's movement. That massive creature that had been nestled up against the rock wall. You have spent much of your time around wildlife, and while you haven't spent much time around it beneath the waters, you can tell like certain behaviors. It's searching. It smells prey. You watch as the head goes from side to side as it has picked the scent up of something. And it's beginning to move. And I will say, Zeltho, you're also the only one who can see this while the ship is cloaked through the Oculus.
I'm gonna tell the party, guys, the big fish, it's woken up.
Fuck.
And
We gotta move.
And as I said, I'll get back on the controls. And so you guys have kind of an image of what this is. Imagine like size-wise. I actually had the exact dimensions for it. Give me 1 second. Beautiful. Here we go. So it is about 25 feet wide, 25 feet high, and 105 feet long. And imagine what you're looking at is a massive fucking shark. However, the skin of this creature does not have that same grayish huge or shark skin. It almost imagine as if it was like rock itself, blended into the sort of masses of like coral and stone that was in this place. In other words, if you weren't looking at it directly, or while it was not moving, it would look like it was just a part of the terrain. And that's the image I have in my book for it, if you want a more scale size. That's a ship.
Eh?
A ship or our ship?
That's a ship, not your ship.
Okay, but I was saying.
Your ship would be smaller than that.
This
Oh,
does not fill
boy.
me with joy.
I feel like that's longer than 100 feet. I'm just gonna be a stickler.
That picture, yes. That picture, yes, definitely. Because it's also got some other stuff in there as well. But Zelthar, that's your action. That thing is banished. You still have your movement if you'd like to do anything. Or you can stay by the Oculus Station.
I need to stay by the Oculus Station. We need
Gotcha.
to know where we're going.
That. And then we'll move over to Jungun at the Bastion.
Gonna turn to right to this guy. I'm going to inflict wounds on him.
Okay.
You know Necrotic didn't do anything after I chill touched.
He ignores immunity and resistance to necrotic damage as a death cleric.
Must be so nice.
You.
Beautiful, beautiful. Fucking awesome.
I'm gonna go with 4th level. So why not?
4th level, a 15 will hit.
Who's echoing?
Ethan, it's because you don't push your talk. He's playing through speakers. Go ahead and roll me damage. 28 points.
That's really bad. Oh my god.
Yeah, that actually, well, it's a little below average. Average is what, like 30, probably like what, 32, 33?
I believe, because I used a tag, I was to get my divine strikes on that too.
His or her weapon strikes.
Oh, I'm sorry, I picked the wrong one. It's blessed strikes.
It's from one of your cantrips or weapon attacks, so still no.
Never mind then.
But as you begin to inflict the wounds upon this creature, you watch as that black mass begins to start pouring out of more orifices as you begin causing great harm to this creature, its body sort of splitting at some of the seams alongside of it. But that's your action. Bonus action movement, Jung-un. Well, not movement. Oh, Jung-un, I gotta be an asshole. That it may then inflict wounds is at disadvantage.
Ooh. No, I'm gonna. If it hits, I'm gonna chant Divinity again. Just letting you know.
It still hits.
It does. Yeah. No. Go ahead and take this too.
The damage equals 5 plus twice your cleric level, so what's that in total? So another 37? Yeah. Well, it's not dead, but it's severely wounded. As you channel this divine essence of these ideas of life and death, so it's a sense of rebirth encompassed by far, and this thing needs to be born a fucking again. As you bring it closer to its death, you watch as the body begins to sort of crack and crumble, it limply reaching out with one arm. It's not dead, but it wishes it was.
Again.
Or yeah, dead. Because it's not a dead undead. It's like an onion, you know. It's got layers. But with that, is that all for you, Jung-un? No movement. Gotcha. As we
Don't want to leave my station.
Gotcha. As we find ourselves moving back towards the top of initiative, Sparks, you got one action, or not one action. You got your turn.
Okay. Did you see what I sent to you?
Oh no, I'm sorry. No, they're not.
Cool. All right. I am going to heighten spell Ralum's psychic glance at this creature.
All right, what's that? Intelligence saving throw?
At disadvantage, yes.
So believe it or not, this thing's not particularly smart. 16 is good, but it will fail.
Where the hell is my spell? But yes, and it's got no weird legendary actions, is it?
Nope.
Good. 31 points of psychic damage. That was a lot.
Damn, yeah.
Quite a lot of sixes in that. 31 points of psychic damage, and it's incapacitated. Does that mean that it lets go of me?
I'll say, yeah.
Okay. I am going to be. I'm gonna run past. I'm gonna go this way, and run past Zahn and go and like, tag in, buddy.
I got it. As he sort of gags from this, he looks at you and like he sees you this wounded, and he's like, ugh. He doesn't know how to react. His sympathy is the first reaction, but it does look gross when you get wounded by something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is everything.
So, as you were all standing towards the side, Zelthar, you see that thing move quickly. And here's the thing you guys have going on. As the veil is currently active, you guys are unmoving. That means this ship cannot normally be detected by any magical presences, magical senses, things like that. However, physics still does come into play. And as it goes... Here, let me also move you guys on this map for a second. It makes its way forward, looking at that area, and it bumps directly into the ship.
Oh no.
And as it's searching through and hits it, for those of you guys aboard, can I have everyone make me a dex save to stay standing? As when it just hits the ship, it doesn't just bump into it. You guys can feel it sort of begin to sort of turn almost on its side. Taryn, you're good. Selthar, you're good. Sparks, you're good. And for Jung-un, this is a oh yeah, well, you're fine because this is a thing. Jung-un, you fall prone. As the ship begins sliding or like hitting, almost like knocked at like a 45-degree angle, before Jay sort of like reaches out, sort of grasping the controls, trying to right them, so you guys are solid again. And as it passes by the ship, echoing all throughout the waters, you hear a voice emanate from this massive beast. Just whispering on the waters, hungry. And that's where we're gonna pick things up next time.
Talk down here.
Everything is too big down here.
Yes! What a surprise! But yeah, as the Dreadmaw has become involved in some degree in this confrontation, that's where we're going to be putting things on pause and picking up to have a wonderful continuation of this combat next week.
We're here next week.
Power to you, Ethan. Oh,
Thank
shit.
Oh, I have a question for you, by the way.
Ask away.
So you can do necrotic damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The damage.
Yeah, I would have took it.
Yeah, and I think maybe I misspoke, but yeah, you did take half damage from what it dealt to earlier.
Yeah, because he did 32 total and you only received 16.
Oh,
remember.
shit.
For the record, they just grappled Kalis, right? They didn't deal damage to me.
No, they did not, because the one that was there, you sentineled before it could get to you. But its grapple's only a 30-foot range around it.
Mhm.
But with that,
Good.
that's what we'll be picking things up next time. To the folks who tuned in, thanks for doing that. And if you didn't, I don't want to see you ever again, even though I didn't see you in the first place. You have questionable morals, and I hope you're doing your best for society. I hope you're doing whatever you think is best. With that, toodaloo.
Thank you.